Hello everyone and welcome back to Krastorio 2. This is Otaku Showboat with Dolly. If you have been enjoying this series thus far, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video and consider hitting that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku and turn that blue button gray. You can of course also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. Dolly wants attention. She's on the desk right now and having just come up, and yeah, she wants to relax and get some pets. So she's getting some pets. Anyway, when I left off in the previous video, oh, she's also gonna be very, very distracted by all of the motion of all of the robots. That's going to be a thing. The cats like the motion of the robots. We'll see if Dolly decides she wants to attack my screen or not. I have made the rocket silos. That's where we left off, is with the rocket silos. Yes, what are you doing, Dolly? Are you like trying to play? Is the towel like in your way? Do you not want towel? Do you not want towel? I don't know. But anyway, I set up the train station to do the optimization tech cards last time. What are you doing? What do you want? Dolly? Dolly? What do you want? What are you doing? What are you doing, little miss? Yes, you're pushing me away, you're squirmy. Squirmy, go. Lap. Big bushy tail. Big bushy tail. Yes, go. Do your thing. We set up the train station for the automation tech cars, and I realized that I was not making rocket silos yet, so I've come down here to make rocket silos. There we go. Full stop. While here, I saw that I also had the ability to make these things called the advanced radars, and I wanted to see just how advanced are advanced radars. So advanced that they take up the entirety of the minimap. That's how advanced radars are. I can't see the edges on all sides on the minimap. It's extreme. The extremist of the extreme radar, with its 2 megawatts, showing me all of this shenaniganry. Excellent. Dolly. Yeah, meow. Get out. Get out from under the desk, please. Yes, meow. She complains. Complains. She's very vocal, this kitty. This kitten. When you see this video, actually, she will be 8 months, exactly. If I'm not terribly mistaken, this video goes live on the evening of the 15th of November, which means that the kittens, as of the day, will be 8 months exactly. Oh, goodness me, 8 months is sort of a magical number with kittens, because that means their bodies are becoming adults at that point, and yeah. That means the teeth are going to be cycling soon, baby teeth coming out, adult teeth coming in, and if they haven't been already. And yeah, catnip will start affecting the brains. They'll start getting addicted to catnip soon. Pretty soon, craziness will ensue. Even more craziness than previously. Am I even carrying around the quantum computers? Yes, I am. Good. I have the everything. I have determined I have the everything. At least I better have the everything that I need to do this build today. Why did I close this stupid pin? Gib pin. I need pin. I like pin. Pin is awesome. Gib pin. Keep the production block up. If anything, I can decrease the size a little bit. I like having the ingredients listed here so that I know what's going where. But yeah, I can absolutely, you can make this bigger, smaller, minimize, maximize, all that good stuff. That should keep it a lot more reasonable on its size. Anyway, as I apparently have a little slight heartburn from my coffee, let's get going here to do this build. Now, I know I sort of did a wonky set of inputs here, considering where everything ultimately needs to go. But, yeah, we're going to start with the sand into silicon, and I need to make sure that I build everything in here in such a way that it can, theoretically get scaled. So that we can scale the stuff. Okay, one of you with those, but not that. You're going to be taking the stone in. Please don't use these when I have underground belt. Now, please don't use a thing when you have stuff. Please don't thing when stuff. Right. How specific of me. There. Have sand. Enjoy your sand. Filtration plant is next on the agenda. Filtration plant will exist here and make me some quartz. I will need a supply of water. Remember that I am building such that I am able to scale this quite easily. There's that. This does not accept productivity. No. It does accept speed, although I don't necessarily need the speed right now. This will then get processed into quartz in an advanced furnace, which we will place right here. Give me silicon, actually. Not quartz, silicon! Give silicon. Now, which recipe for the silicon? I think the regular recipe is going to be fine for me. Right now, this will take productivity. And you should have been able to see that this is just one that I need, even with the productivity and the speed reduction for the productivity. That is fine. Fine by me. And then output that silicon there. Okay. The silicon will end up getting used up here for the solar panels, but this is not the only thing that I need to make here, because I also need to make the iron gear wheels here. Iron gear wheels with productivity, most ideally. Even though I don't need all that many, I only need like, oh hey, 0.02. Great. That sounds nice. So, iron. Power. There you go. There's my gears. I suppose, yeah, there needs to be a splitter as well right there. The stone doesn't go anywhere else. A lot of the other things do need to split and go to various locations. So that's the last intermediate, the only other intermediate that I needed to make. So now it's a matter of placing down a bunch of assembling machines to make my stuff here. The first item on the list is probably going to be the one that uses the silicon, and that would be the doohickeys here. Solar panels. Hello! Ollie has joined me. Hello, Ollie. It's good to see you here too today. Okay, this is going to use the 4 items. It is going to use 4 stuffs. And while I would prefer each item having its own thingy, am I going to do it that way? I suppose. Now, I haven't been building this with spacing for beacons overall in mind. The reason being that the only thing that beacons are going to do for me is increase speed, which can be offset just by increasing the other entities. I don't see it being much of a problem for performance until, like, not on space science. It's going to be a bigger problem on entity savings reduction strategies for specifically the singularity science and the stuff for the singularity science. I'm okay with this setup here, and besides, I still do actually have spacing for singularity beacons at the very least, if I actually need them in the end. So, that being said, silicon is only used here for this. There's silicon. This also will require green circuits, as well as glass and steel. Now, the glass and steel are next to each other. Does steel get used elsewhere? And does glass get used elsewhere in here? I think the answer to that is no. Steel and glass are only used on these solar panels. And realistically, am I ever going to have an issue with the throughput off of this? Nah? I think the response is nah? No? Not at all? In the slightest? So, in this one instance, I will have this shared belt. I guess. We can use our long inserters, our most superior of the superior long inserters. The longest of the long. And that is giving me advanced solar panels. Huzzah! Huzzy huzzoo! The most advanced of the advanced solar panels. Ollie, what are you doing? Exploring? You're exploring? My pretty boy. You gonna come say hi? You gonna come up the side? On the back of the chair, or what? Where are you going? Where is my Ollie going? I don't know. The next thing would be the accumulators. This would be batteries and iron. The not only other source of iron. Yeah, so since the iron is there, I'm gonna do a split and actually bring this up here. Iron and batteries. This is gonna be a bit of belt Getty in case you couldn't tell. Do you like belts? I like belts. The chances of having throughput issues off of this are nil. So that they're gonna share. They're gonna share a belt there. These two ingredients are going into the satellites in the end. Speaking of, I still need to make radars, and those are going to need the iron plates plus gear wheels. This is the last thing, the only other thing that uses the iron plates as iron plates. And the only thing that actually uses the gear wheels too, so there goes the concept of needing a splitter there. Well, I do still need the splitter if I scale further up. There's that, and green circuits. Is this the only thing using greens? No, I'll need more. Power to the everything. There you go. Have some speed. Give speed to the stuffs. Stuff must have speed. Gears? It's like, buddy. I know you're very superior and all, but do I really need to? Apparently yes. Apparently the answer is yes. I need multiple. Yeah, I get it. It's super fast. I don't need that many. I need a very small fraction of the thing. That leaves the... Alright, so let's just do our little check marks here so that we know what we've done and what we haven't done. That leaves the speed modules and the rocket control units as the main final ingredients here. So first comes speed modules, level 1, using electronic components and electronic circuits. The components are here, and the circuits are here. I'm not going to be concerned about the throughput for now. Go, gadget power. Enjoy. Enjoy the stuffs. And then it's, haha, quote unquote, 6 things making rocket control units. It's gonna be not 6 things making rocket control units, thanks. Or is it? Or is it? Do I bacon the bejesus out of this? Do we do the baconing around this? We can fit 16 bacons around this one thing. It saves productivity modules by beaconing. But it uses a lot more speed modules. Just so's we're clear on that. That's a few more. That's a few more. 1.96. Yeah, this is real slow. Well, this is real slow. Just that I have an odd an even number of stuffs. There we go. Similar with the output here, it's gonna do something along those lines for the output of those. And it can probably meet up with something in the end, LDS, I guess, or the rocket fuel. One of those two. And, yeah, so satellites... Oh yeah, the satellites also use the processing units, blue circuits, as I call them. So I will need a splitter there. And this just this leaves only satellites as the remaining item. Glorious and beautiful, magnificent satellites. These use processing units, low density structures, as does the actual rocket itself, with rocket fuel, as does the rocket itself. You know, I'm gonna do that, and it's going to be fine. This will be my output. This is 1, 2 of 6. Okay, 2 there, shared inputs. We'll have the whatever of this isn't already shared. Be that, and then you there. Power. Ta-da! Satellites. Beautiful and glorious. Wow, that can make a lot of satellites if I had the stuff for it. Enjoy things! All glorious things to make satellites. Hey, I've got satellites. I've got some satellite going now. Greater than 0 satellite. Alright. Off we go. It is time for the glorious and magnificent rocket silo. I want you to auto-launch with cargo. Use productivity wherever possible. See, this will make... It says 1.87 optimization tech cards per second. I don't know how accurate that is, if that is reflecting the animation time. I'm assuming it is. But take no chances. That's what I figured. This is a tile. Interesting. Interesting. Little alignment there. This is pre-singularity beacons, mind you. Note that there is enough space for singularity beacons as well in here. This will basically be limited by the, Can I... Do they... No, they don't. Oh well. I tried. I tried to make it look nice. This is what I've ended up with. Well, now how much can it make? A bit. A bit! If you can feed it all the stuff that it needs. And then, yeah, so rocket fuel, LDS, rocket control units, which I have over here. Let's keep in mind the complexities of actually being able to feed this. So one thing can do that. Another thing would have to come in and do that, I guess. This will be you and you. And then, of course, cargo. I want to use a loader, an inserter, excuse me, for the satellite cargo. Are you ready? Are you ready for the shenaniganry? That is our first rocket launch. It's our first launch of the rocket. The rocket shall blow and load the research data into a warehouse. We're at 65% towards our first rocket launch. It's limited only by the amount of rocket control units that we can fit in here. We've done everything we can for productivity. It is as fast as it can go. Note that we do get 1,000 doohickeys at a time. A 1,000 of the doest of doohickeys. Let's watch as we launch this rocket. But this will end, by the way, with where are they? Where are they? These 3-hole quantum computers, aka 1-hole quantum computer surrounded by the beacons. I'm gonna leave it like that. That can be potentially other stuff, maybe. Whatever. Productivity, how you doing? You're almost there. It's almost there. $95%. $98%. Oh boy. Are you ready? Are you ready? 99%. One more rocket part, and we are preparing to launch. We are launching. We are launching. We have prepared. We have our cargo loaded. And we are launching with cargo, we have launched the rocket. The rocket has launched. Off it goes. Off goes our very first rocket at 53 hours into the game. We have launched a satellite. We got a whole bunch of space research data. And now we have all the glorious optimization tech cards we could ever desire. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the party optimization tech cards. Let's wrap this up by loading into our train and setting up our train. All that wonderful, beautiful shenaniganry. This is a good day. We'll limit to 4 stacks? Because this should be stack size 200, and processing all of a rocket launch stuff is a lot, but we're only making 1 per second, granted, so we will stick to the single stack on these. Give it some rocket fuel. You are officially optimization TC's supply depot, full cargo, circuit condition, auto magically you shall flow, and that just leaves assigning to optimization tech cards the depot, and it should automatically have a request to deliver to my science, and I can now pick up a science. This science. The glorious Singularity science. Singularity tech cards. Let's go. Let's do this. It's been 32.5-ish minutes. There's our optimization tech cards. First batch of 400. This is 1250. We've got productivity going. It's not a problem. Ish. There it goes. It flows. It's flowing. It's flowing freely. Let's see how our labs can handle this. Let's do this. The science is moving. It's moving. Yay. Huzzee, hazoo, huzzah. We've done it. If this was vanilla, we'd have, like, technically beaten the game, but we don't. We haven't beaten the game yet. The biggest of big stretches. The tech is happening. Now, what are we going to do after we get this tech? All of this is going to require us to have our Singularity Science. So it's not on the agenda quite yet. What is on the agenda are things like robot speed, but that's 5K! Oh, joy. Oh, bliss. What is on my agenda is inventory slots. Now, this is infinite, right? So I'll take 2 for another 10 slots, and then similarly with the cargo size, this is also infinite. I'll take 2 of those. I'll take 1 of the capacity bonuses, which is actually going to do a +2 on stack inserter and a +0, apparently, on non-stack inserter. I will also accept another mining productivity, and that should be good for now. The worker speed is, 5,000. That's a bit much for 1 tech at the moment when I don't necessarily need it. Where did I park my vehicle? All the way up here. Oh, goodness me. That was insanity. Insanity. My glorious rockets flow freely. So, anytime I launch a rocket, it's limited only by my rocket control units right now, which are being limited by the speed modules of all things. So if I could get more speed modules put in, I could speed this up, make it even faster, get even more items, but I've already planned out everything else at 1 item per second, so eventually we get limited by something else outside of this, and I'd rather be limited by this. We have launched 1 satellite and done our rocket launches. Now I have to wait for Singularity tech cards to finish. This tech needs to finish before I can start working directly on the Singularity tech card factory. Now I can make the train station for it in the meantime, because I don't, like, I can make everything here right now. Everything can be made. I don't need to look at those because I have my LDS already. I can do all of this in a factory. Right now, I just can't actually physically do the final step of the Singularity tech cards. So we're going to work on that in our next video as I work towards Singularity tech card tech. I do have to head to the mall to stock up on some of this stuff that I will need. It's not all that much in the grand scheme. The grandest of grand schemes. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's video and the series thus far, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. And please consider, among other things, hitting that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku and turn that blue button gray. You can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. And I will, of course, see you all on the next one where we are working directly towards Singularity tech cards. I will see you all then.